Hey, what's up guys, this is DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm going to be debut deck profiling Cubics. And today I have to tell you, this is going to be one of the creepiest deck profiles I have ever made in my life. The eyes, they just get to me with the Cubic cards, and I'm going to be playing a spider engine in the extra deck. So it's a little bit of a creepy deck. Without further ado, let's get into it. It's pretty interesting actually. Really easy to OTK. So first off, we're going to play 3 copies of the bad boy himself, Crimson Nova, the Dark Cubic Lord. Now, he's a really interesting card. During the end phase, you can burn your opponent for 3,000. He's easy to get out in your hand. All you have to do is reveal 3 different cubic monsters or cubic cards in your hand, which is super easy to special summon him. And if he destroys a monster, then he can attack again, which is wicked awesome. Because if your opponent only controls 1 monster, then you can attack him directly, which is really powerful. Then we play 3 copies of Vajam, the Cubic Seed. He's kind of our stall card. A lot of people thought that he was going to be the heart and soul of the deck. He kind of is and kind of isn't. He's nice to have, and you do have to play him at 3, but basically he can't be destroyed by battle. And if your opponent attacks him, then I believe they get a cubic counter on them, if it's like the movie, yeah. Cannot be destroyed by battle, and at the end of the damage step, if this card battle an opponent's monster, you can place this card in your spell and trap guard zone, and then place 1 cubic counter on the opponent's monster. Monsters with cubic counters, I'm reading this because some other cards I'm going to say have cubic counters on them, and you need to remember that. A monster with a cubic counter cannot attack, also their effects are negated. If this card's in your continuous spell and trap card zone, during your main phase, you can special summon this card from your spell and trap card zone. So that's what Vajam does. He's kind of really a stall card. You don't have to send him to your spell and trap card zone. You can just kind of leave him in defense position, and he's kind of safe there. So it's a big stall just to get your Crimson Nova. Then we play 3 copies of Duza, the Meteor Cubic Vessel. Basically, he's a foolish burial. He can send a cubic card from your deck to the graveyard, which is really nice. And then once per turn, you can make him gain attack until the end phase of the turn by times 200 for every card or every monster in your graveyard that has a different name, which is really nice. And that's it. I mean, you use him for that. The rest of these cubic monsters we kind of just have in there for name, with Intera Doom, the Cubic Lord, or the Cubic Emperor, excuse me. You have to send 3 cubic cards on your field to the graveyard to special summon him, and then you burn your opponent for 800. This one you send 2, and you burn them for 800. They gain various attack points. Then you play 1 Blade Garut. Well, wait, let me get this one out. Then you play 1 Girgala. I think that's how you say it. This one burns your opponent for 800 as well. So if you go up the link, then it depends. You know, you can burn them up to 2400. This one you send 1 cubic monster. This one you send 2. This one you send 3. It just depends on which one you want to do. You usually don't summon these, but you can. I don't, but you can. Then we play 1 copy of Buster Gunniel. Usually Buster Gunniel is the only one out of these names that you're ever going to summon, because he can attack 3 times and he gets 3,000 attack. This one gets 8, this one gets 16, this one gets 24. He gets 3,000 and he can attack 3 times. There's a special card in the deck that lets you special summon a level 4 cubic monster from your deck. Unification, I believe it's Unification that lets you do that. Yeah, level 4 lower cubic monster from your hand or deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. You're going to summon him, always. Buster Gunniel. Then we play 1 Blade Garuda. Blade Garuda, again, he's kind of just there for the name. He's 2,000 beater. And same with Dark Garunix. He's just kind of a name. He's just kind of there. You don't really ever, you know, go into these except for Buster Gunniel. But then for the little tech monsters, we play 2 copies of Summoner Monk, because he gets to our Duzas faster, and that's his foolish burial stuff. And then we play 3 copies of Red Resignator. Red Resignator is really good in this deck because if Duza is special summoned, his effect still goes off. So you can special summon him from the grave to get another, you know, card to the grave, which lets you search with Cubic Karma. But that's it for the monsters. Let's get into the spells. Pretty self-explanatory with the rest of them. Like I said, these are mostly just names. This is your main engine of cubics up here at the top. Alright, so let's get into the spells. So first off, we're going to play 3 copies of Cubic Karma. Now this card is very, very interesting. When you activate it, you can target 1 Cubic monster you control, and then you send the jams from your deck to the graveyard, and it gains 800 attack points for every single Vajam that's sent to the grave. So they can go up to 2,400 just off of this one card. And then it has another effect about halving life points. It's during your opponent's turn, if Vajam the Cubic Seed is special summoned to your side of the field, then you can... is it during your opponent's turn? Yeah, during your opponent's turn, if Vajam the Cubic Seed is special summoned to your field, you can send this card to the graveyard, half your opponent's life points. But you really don't ever do that. That's why I had to read it, because I forgot about that effect. Like I said, you really, really don't ever do that. But the big thing that you do with this is you send it to the graveyard with Duza, and you banish it, and then it lets you search a Cubic monster from your deck to your hand, which usually you're going to search Crimson Nova to grab it to go into your big plays. Then I play 3 copies of Cubic Wave. Some people play 2. I love 3. Because if you can get this and a Crimson Nova, it's over for your opponent. Because this, once you activate it, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, half its attack points, and then double the attack points of one of your Cubic monsters. So you can make Crimson Nova a 2 or a 6k monster that can attack twice. I mean, why would you not do that? And then it burns for 3k at the end of the turn. So with just this and Crimson Nova, you're going to kill your opponent. The other interesting effect of Cubic Wave is that, I mean, you don't even really go into its second effect, but you can banish Cubic monsters from your graveyard, and then target face-up monster your opponent controls equal to the number of banished Cubic monsters, and then give them Cubic counters. Like I said, you already know what Cubic counters do. Then you play 1 copy of Reasoning, because there's so many different levels, and you can't special summon any of the ones that have names. Cannot be special summoned. So any of these cannot be special summoned, along with Crimson Nova. None of those can be special summoned. So you're only going to hit like Duza or maybe Red Resignator or Vajam. So all of these are going to go to grave, which is really good because it gets you to your combo pieces that you want to hit faster. And it mills out your Cubic Karmas and your Unifications, which really, really, really helps. We play 1 copy of Monster Gate, because Monster Gate makes the deck go around. It really does help, because you just tribute 1 of your Duzas, and then you can go from there. I'm playing 2 copies of MST, because with MST, it just helps. I don't want to send so much stuff to the graveyard, so I just play that. Let me see, where did I set those? Then I play 2 copies of Resignator Call to let me search out my red Resignators. Then I am proxying it because I just don't want to pay $13 a piece on these, but I'm playing 3 copies of Foolish Burial Goods. I cannot emphasize how much you want to get your Unification to graveyard so you can search your Crimson Nova. That is the main focus of the deck, so that's why I'm playing Reasoning and Foolish Burial Goods and Monster Gate, because it lets you search so easy with this deck. It's basically your Rhoda of the deck by sending it to grave. But that's it for the spells. It's pretty self-explanatory with these 2. Mostly you just want to get Cubic Karma to graveyard and then go from there. But like I said, if you don't want to play MSTs, play Twin Twisters. Like, by all means, don't hold back. I just play MSTs and a lot of stuff because I don't want to discard so much, and I'm not that worried about it. You're going to OTK so fast, I'm not worried about it. So that's it for the spells. There's not that many traps. I think I'm only playing 5 traps in the whole deck. And that's 3 Unification of the Cubic Lord. Let me put that in the middle. This lets you fusion summon into Trinity, which it's very rare you're ever going to go to Trinity. And if you do own a Trinity, your opponent's going to scoop. Once you read it, your opponent's just going to scoop. It's overpowered as hell. But the big thing about this card is that if it's in your graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon 1 level 4 or lower Cubic monster from your hand or deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. And it cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects this turn. But you have to, one of your Cubics has to leave the field or be destroyed by battle or by card effect in order to do that. It's not that hard to do that. You just summon like Duza, and then crash into something, banish this, and then special summon Buster Gunyo. I mean, it's really easy. Then for the other 2 traps is 2 Solemn Strikes. I just play 2 Solemn Strikes in here. That's it. It's just negation. You don't really need an extra deck for this deck because of so much. Like, you just go for Crimson Nova. That's it. So we're going to play one Crimson Nova Trinity, the Dark Cubic Lord. Let me read it to you guys. It's a 4,500 attack point monster. It takes 3 Crimson Novas to go for it, and it must be fusion summoned with the above fusion materials and cannot be special summoned or ways. It cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. When this card declares a direct attack, half your opponent's life points. Holy shit. It's already 4K. When this card destroys a monster by battle, you can activate this effect. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase. When this card destroys a monster by battle, you can activate this effect. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase. If you take effect damage, inflict the damage to your opponent instead. So that card is broken as hell. Then we play the Spider Engine, which is a number 84 Pain Gainer, a number 35 Ravenous Tarantula, and a 7 Deadly Sins. The reason we play this in this deck is because you can burn yourself to death with Crimson Nova, because if you have under 3k, you will burn yourself to death, because it's both you and your opponent that's taking 3,000. So if you summon 2 of them, you can go into this fairly easy. And speaking of rank 10s, we play 1 Super Dora for protection, 1 Rail Cannon just to kind of kill off your opponent. Then for the rank 4s, because we play Summoner Monk, I play the Utopia, the Lightning Engine, 1 Castel, Giant Hand. If I'm going first and I draw Summoner Monk, I'm usually going to go for Duza and then go for Giant Hand just to put in defense mode for defense. And then I play 1 copy of Daigusto Emerald just in case late game I mill all my Crimson Novas. I'm going to put them all 3 back and then shuffle the deck. I mean, that's what you're going to do, and to draw a card. That's the big combo in this deck, is you really want to have a Daigusto Emerald. That's it for all that, but I still play 3 more cards. I play 1 Black Rose because you can go Vajam, let's see, what was it? Vajam, Red Resignator, and Duza, and then you can go into it. Coral Dragon because it's pretty much a rank. It's getting to be the level 6 Synchro. And then the newly unmanned is, as of the 30th of March, Brionic. I don't know if it has an errata that only lets you special summon it with water monsters. I don't think it does. I think that all they did with it was you can only activate its effect once per turn. But if you can do it and get your opponent down to 1 monster with this and you have a Crimson Nova, you're going to win. It's over. It is over. With this and a Crimson Nova, they might as well scoop them up. But anyways, guys, I'm going to take my advice and scoop them on up. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below what you think of this. Give me some suggestions down below. I always love to hear the suggestions of what you guys think I should add or take away from the deck. You know, it just makes me better. But anyways, guys, this is DarkArmedDuelist, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See you around.